Welcome to the Literature Capital. In this video, we are going to analyze Kamla Das' poem An Introduction. This was published in the poetry collection A Summer in Calcutta in 1965. And this poem is about Kamla Das' resilience pertaining to the questions of her gender, the societal roles that is expected from her, the cultural roles that one is expected to perform. Kamla Das was a rebel from the beginning, and she asserts her individuality, her freedom, her independence, her identity against the expectations of the society. Whatever she likes doing, right? So let us look at the poem. I don't know politics, but I know the names of those in power. So she says that she does not understand the ways of the world. She does not know how the politics function. But what she does know is the name of the people who are in charge. She knows the perpetrators, the names of all those people who dominate others. So she knows the name. She may not be aware of how things work, of power dynamics, but surely she knows a few things, important things, and can repeat them like days of week or names of months. So she can reiterate all the names of those who are in power, like it were the name of the week or the name of the months. It is very natural for her to know who's in charge. I am Indian, very brown. Now, based on the title of the poem, we do know that she's going to give her different identities. One of her identities is that she's an Indian. She's brown. The color of her skin is brown. She was born in Malabar, South India. I speak three languages, so she spoke three languages: Hindi, English, and Malayalam. Writing too, so she wrote in English as Kamla Das and she wrote in Malayalam as Madhvi, and she dreams in one. For dreaming, you do not need any specific language. The language of all dreams is just one universal subconscious language, and everyone is subject to their own dreams. And there are no disparities in the languages of the dream. So dream in one. Don't write in English, they said. English is not your mother tongue. So people, they're always giving their opinions, their advice, unsolicited advice on everything. So they were of opinion that she should not be writing in English. She should be writing in her mother tongue. Why not leave me alone? Critics, friends, visiting cousins, every one of you. She just wants to live. Live and let live. This is what the motto of her life is. People have been telling her to do this, to do that. People have been trying to pigeonhole her into something, to give categories on her, stereotype her into becoming someone or something that they aspire for. She does not like all these ideas, and she says that, oh, let me be, like cousins, critics, everyone has an opinion to give to her, and she doesn't like all that. Every one of you, just stay aside. Why not let me speak in any language I like? What about my wishes? What about my desires? I want to speak a language, and I should not be getting advices on what language I should be speaking and what I should be leaving out. So don't lecture me on that. The language I speak becomes mine. Whatever I speak, it becomes mine. I own it. Its distortions, its coordinates, its flaws, everything, it becomes mine. All mine, mine alone. There's no one with whom I should be sharing this language. Whatever I do, it becomes mine. So she's asserting her identity, that something belongs to me and I should not be getting suggestions on what I should be desiring. Like people always tell you what to desire, and Kamla Das is very sure that she does not want to take advices on that, free advices. It is half English, half Indian, funny perhaps. No, she acknowledges the hybridity of her language, that it is half English, it's half Indian. It may sound funny to other people, but at least it is honest. But it is honest. Right? She's very candid about her language. It is as human as I am human, don't you see? So the only thing that connects her to her language is that pristine quality. She does not look at the superficial divisions of languages. Whatever she speaks becomes her language, and so it is as human as she is. It voices my joys, my longings, my hopes, and is useful to me as cawing is to crows or roaring to the lions. So she is able to articulate her joys, her feelings, her sentiments, her hopes, her desires, and whatever language suits her, she is going to articulate in that. And it is as natural to her as the sound made by the crows are to crows, and or the lion sound made by the lions are to lions. It is human speech, the speech of the mind, that is here and not there. At least it is with her, the human speech that is her. She's in possession of a language that is totally hers and not somewhere else. A mind that sees and hears and is aware. She has a mind, the language has a mind which can see, which is aware, which is conscious of everything going around. Her speech or her language is not dumb. At least she is aware of things around her. Not the deaf, blind speech of trees in storm, or of monsoon clouds, of rain, or the incoherent mutterings of the blazing funeral pyre. Her language is not chaotic. Her language has a purpose. It has articulation power, which is very clear. She has very clear motivation what she wants to say, and so she does not want to blend it with something else, especially something that is accepted on the advice of other people who do not know anything about her life. And so she says that her speech is not incoherent like trees in storm or monsoon clouds, because they do not know what they are doing. It is not tempestuous. Okay. Rain or the incoherent mutterings of the blazing funeral pyre. The funeral pyre, when it blazes, it produces a hissing sound. So it is not that chaotic. Her own language is not as chaotic as that blazing pyre. I was child, and later they told me I grew. So I get all the information from outside. I was a child, the last I remember, and very soon I grew up. I was told I grew up. I did not feel anything from inside. It happens to all of us. We do not feel that we have grown. It is the people who tell us. It's the external stimuli which tells us that we are no longer the person we were a few years ago. So we have grown, and we should act a certain way. We should be mature. We should be handling things on our own. But from inside, we feel still the same, right? I became tall. My limbs swelled. So she underwent bodily changes. Uh, and one or two places sprouted hair. So hormonal changes took place. Her body, it formed its matured state, and she saw all these changes, which tell her that these are the changes that occurred to me. But from the inside, she somehow felt the same. But people from the outside, they were very keen on noticing these changes in her, and because of that, she was subjected to certain, to a degree of criticism, to a degree of advices that she was supposed to abide by. When I asked for love, not knowing what else to ask, so nobody tells us what to ask for. We do not know what we want, what we should be asking for. So the only thing that she thought she wanted was love. So she asked for love. For he drew a youth of 16 into the bedroom and closed the door. So at 16, she became a bride, and her body was not ready for physical intimacy. So she wanted love, and in lieu of that, what did she get? In return of that, what did she get? She get physical intimacy, for which her body was not ready. She was still in her teenage. He did not beat me. There was no conspicuous violence. There was no noticeable violence. He did not beat me, but my sad womanly body felt so beaten. But her womanly body felt that it had undergone tremendous torture. The weight of my breast and womb crushed me. I shrank pitifully. So the womanhood fell to her like a burden. Because of that, she could not get what she wanted. She wanted love, and all she got was lust. So she felt somehow her womanhood was responsible for all of these, and so she tried to break away from all that womanhood. And what was the reaction? I shrank. The weight of my breast and womb crushed me. I shrank pitifully. So she became very contained in herself. Then I wore a shirt and my brother's trousers, cut my hair short, and ignored my womanliness. So she did everything that was there to give a wide berth to her womanliness. She stopped being who she was just because of her gender, just because of that sex. She was subjected to that kind of violence, So she wanted to do away with all that, all the part of that identity that made her subject to that violence. Dress in sari, be girl, be white, they said. So they wanted to have her dressed in certain way. This they is the people, okay. Uh, they always have an opinion. So dress in sari, be girl, be wife. So she was expected to be a very compliant homemaker, okay. Uh, be a embroiderer, be cook, be a quarreler with servants. So they wanted her to be like every other woman was in that society. 1960s India, 1950s India. Don't sit on walls or uh, fit in. Be a quarreler with servants, fit in. Okay, so all they wanted her to fit in, not stand out, be a conformist. Oh, belong, cried the categorizers. People want to put a label on you, people want to stereotype you in a certain way. So, don't sit on walls or peep in through our lace draped windows. There was certain behavior that was expected of her. And so she was told what not to do. Be Amy, Amy was a nickname, or be Kamala, Kamla, real name, or better still, be Marvi could be. She could be one of her pen names. Different identities were thrust on her, but in all her identities, she was not going to do what other people wanted her to do. It is time to choose a name, a role. People always want you to take responsibility for your action, to decide what you are going to do. It becomes very pertinent for you to decide your role in the society very early. Don't play pretending games. Don't play at schizophrenia. If you're pretending that you're not mentally well, then you're playing at it. You're pretending. Okay, don't do all this. Don't indulge in all these delinquencies. You are a mature person now. Now you've got to take some action. Or be a nympho, or do not indulge in physical intimacy with so many people. Do not be promiscuous. Do not want to have physical intimacy when you grow. These are things that are expected of women. Good girls don't do all these things, right? So don't cry embarrassingly loud when jilted in love. She was not even allowed to express her dejection when rejected in love. I met a man, loved him. Call him not by any name, he is every man who wants a woman, just as I am every woman who seeks love. So she met a man, but she does not want to specify anything about the person, about the identity. All she says that it could be anyone, as much as she could be anyone wanting to fall in love with any other person. So the divisions are not as proper as they seem to be. Here she echoes the sentiment of Walt Whitman. The idea of leaves of the grass is that all the grass are there, joined at the roots, but on a superficial level we get to see the leaves of the grass, the blades of the grass are all different, but deep down they're all the same. So the same person has that identity which makes them different individual. So this humanity shares some individuality. There is universal experience of all the people. Just as I am every woman who seeks love. In him, the hungry haste of rivers in me, the ocean's tireless sweating. So in him there was hungry haste of rivers. So he was like a river who could devour everything, and there was a haste in him. But in me there was waiting. Okay, so she waited for that love, and she did not get it. But in comparison to that, the person she fell for, he was ready to devour everything. His hunger was unsatiated. So, who are you? I ask each and every one. The answer is, it is I. I always get the same answer, that it is I. It is this, every I in the world shares some experience. Okay, and no matter who that person is, they always call themselves by this letter I. So it tells us that we are not as disparate as we think ourselves to be. We are all one and the same, right? Having more or less the same similar experience. We are made of the same flesh and bone, having the same Atma in ourselves. So different manifestations of the same entity. right? Eko Hambho Shyami. In this world, he is tightly packed like the swords in its sheath. Now, the man she fell for, he felt very contained. He was not vulnerable. His defense mechanism was really strong. So he felt like a sword in its sheath. It is I who drink lonely drinks at 12, but she was very vulnerable. Her defense mechanism were not as strong. She was devastated. So she used to take drinks at 12 midnight in hotels of strange towns. She had become uh, deeply severed from her roots. It is I who laugh, it is I who make love and then feel shame. And she's always conscious of what she does. She laughs, she makes love with men, and then she feels guilty about it. But it is nevertheless her own wishes that prompt her to do things. It is I who lie dying with a rattle in my throat, and it is the same Kamla Das who has lump in her throat, and she's very close to dying. She feels like she's dying every day because of the love that she could never get. I am sinner, I am sent. So there are no divisions. If one person can be sinner, one person can be saint as well. There are no black and white. Everything is gray. Okay, these are more or less the same individuals who undergo different experiences in life, and some are known by this noun sinner, some are known by the noun saint. I am the beloved and the betrayed. I have no joys that are not yours, no aches which are not yours. I too call myself I, and I share the same experience that you share. So my introduction is actually your introduction. She's telling to all the people that there is a universal experience, and what we call individuality is actually the same experience which other people also go through. So there are no divisions between people, and that is why she calls herself I as much as other people call themselves I, right? So this is it. Thank you so much for your time.